New for 2024, something we've all been waiting for, the Detroit Jazz Festival Vintage Store, where you can buy original Detroit Jazz Festival posters, over 44 years of jazz history, only available from the source, DetroitJazzFest.org. Simply go to the website and click on Buy Vintage Posters. Something we've all been waiting for 44 years. DetroitJazzFest.org. Welcome to the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's Jazz from the Cellar, our monthly program featuring live jazz performance from Detroit. Throughout tonight's show and throughout the year, we hope you will choose to support the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation by using our new Text to Give platform. Just text DJFF to 243-725. You can give a one-time gift or a monthly gift throughout the year. Hello, Chris Collins here, President and Artistic Director of the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. Welcome to this edition of Jazz from the Cellar. This is our live jazz program featuring bands from all over the region every third Friday of the month, and we're so happy you joined us. We're simulcasting on WDET 101.9 FM, so you can check it out there as well, and on our YouTube channels, Facebook, and so on. Tonight, we're really excited to have a great band, guys that I used to call the young upcomers. Well, guess what? They're right dead set in the middle of their careers now. They are leading the pack and making a lot of noise in all kinds of musical situations, and so it's a real pleasure to have them. They're all good friends and many students from the past, and it's just a joy to see what they've become. This is a well-known group in town, the James Hughes Quintet, with James Hughes on alto saxophone, Jimmy Smith on the trumpet, and Flugel on the trumpet, okay. The wonderful Scott Gwinnell on the piano, and the great Takashi Io back there on bass by Crow, so you can see him, I hope. And on drums, my brother, my good friend, and killing it all over the place, the great Nate Winn is with us this evening. So enjoy this wonderful music. We'll hear some of their great music, and at the end, we'll check out a little bit of an interview on the Big Red Couch and get to know these cats a little better. Until then, enjoy the music. Cats. Well, we're going to take a little break from the music just for a few seconds so that you can hear this important message from the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. We hope you'll jump in and become a part of the family and keep it free, keep it live, keep it jazz forever. Check this out. Throughout tonight's show and throughout the year, we hope you will choose to support the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation by using our new Text to Give platform. Just text DJFF to 243-725. You can give a one-time gift or a monthly gift throughout the year.
This next one is one of my compositions. I wrote this for my wife. I think we all have an idea of what life will be like when we're young, when we get married. And it's not common in life to find someone who is kind of your best friend and biggest cheerleader. And I was lucky enough to find that. This is a tune for my wife, Elizabeth, entitled Elizabeth.
All right, so here we are on the big red couch with the Hughes Smith Quintet, as we like to take a little time on each show to talk to the cats and see what they're up to. Guys, this is beautiful music, man. This band's got some history, yeah?
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
We just celebrated our 10th year since our first record came out.
Wow, so you were like 12 when it's...
Well, I probably was.
Felt like it.
Since I'm the youngest.
Nate,
So,
Nate,
yeah.
You weren't 12, Nate.
He just had sideburns then.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very little facial hair.
Jim
Very little.
Smith, you look like the happy kid on the peanut butter jar.
That's right.
Forever.
Everyone's been saying that since I was like 5 years old. Or
You
Dennis
started
the
out
Menace.
as the angry one.
That's usually the progression is usually the opposite
Right,
of
yeah,
jazz, right? You get angry.
Yeah.
So 10 years, and you guys writing original music, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great. A record release out there somewhere?
Well, we've got 3 out. Let's see. We were just talking about it. 2013 was the first one,
Yeah.
and then 2015, and then 2018.
Yeah.
Great. Where can people get them?
All
Apple
Anywhere,
Music.
all streaming.
Everywhere you go, yeah.
everywhere.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
A whole
so
lot
it's-
for free.
It's out there on the online sites.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Or at your gigs. I'm
And if
sure.
you want to support us, you can always come out to where we're playing, or go to our website and
Like, what's
order
the-
it that way.
What's the website?
TheHughesSmithQuintet.com.
Great.
Or JimmySmithMusic.com.
.net.
.net.
.org.
JamesHughesMusic.net.
Or NetCC's all
It works, whatever. I'm sure if
Yeah.
they search for you, they'll find it. And
Yeah.
I'm looking around at this band. It occurred to me, all Wayne State alums, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. And it's nice you have an old guy in the band.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Keeping it
Scott's
real.
our elder statesman.
Hey, man. Sorry.
Really, though, Scott Gwinnell, I know, Scott, in addition to all the amazing things you do in town, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. You've been a mentor to just about everybody on this couch here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
I
brother,
just-
Yeah.
Big bro.
Yeah.
They all tell me that, and then you guided them, man.
So I knew Jimmy first when I was at Wayne, but he was still in high school because we had a mutual friend. And then a year after that,
You know, when you're in college, you're not supposed to mess around with high school kids.
Especially now. Man.
and then the second year, I was in one of the practice rooms. We were at 5900, that hallway of
Wonderful North building.
silence, and I heard like somebody playing piano, and I was like, I had never heard anybody like at the time play like the Oscar Peterson transcription. So I like went down the hallway, and it was Scott. He was a trombone player.
Right.
He came in Wayne as a trombone player, and I hear this guy playing OP. I'm like, what? So that started our friendship, And then and yeah, he definitely was a big brother to me. And Wayne helped me out a lot.
Very, very cool. I hear that from a lot of people, Scott. You should feel really good about what you're doing, man.
Well, I was feeling older. Now I'm officially feeling older. I'm old now.
And then Takashi was the young guy when we all were there.
Yes.
As we were leaving, he was coming in.
Yeah, Takashi still looks like a young guy, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
Ageless.
Yeah.
I will say Takashi's conversation on the way in was about that he had to go to a lighter amp. So
I'm there now.
sure,
Yeah,
orthopedic
Age and wisdom.
shoes, lighter amp.
on my way. Let's start with the light amp.
Hey, Takashi, how long you been playing with the Cats?
Let's see, 20 years?
Yeah.
Maybe a little
Yeah.
longer. Yeah, with all of you guys.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So interesting.
When you were 12.
Right, but how we met, I don't know if you remember this. It was a tribute to Matt Michaels.
Oh,
wow.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
That's how we first met. Now, it was a coincidence that I think I was still at Wayne. You had already did yours, but we did that tribute.
Was
to
that
Matt.
up at-
You played Sweet Georgia Brown.
Yes,
I remember
we
that.
played Sweet
Wow.
Georgia Brown, man.
Yeah.
And
Was
then
that
like
2414 upstairs? In the,
something like 2013 or 2014.
where we had a lot of alums come and everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the end, Matt, instead of like speaking, the speech he said he just wrote a tune, and that was like his thank you to everybody. He like literally wrote a tune right then and there, went on piano and played it.
Yeah.
And it
You
was
know
like
what?
amazing.
I don't get sentimental usually, but Matt came up to me and he said, "You're playing," and that's all he had to say.
Yeah.
And I teared up. I gotta say,
Yeah.
it was one of those feelings. I was like, "Wow, you were playing, you were featured,
Special.
and everybody was featured
Yeah.
that night, right?"
That was a fun night.
Yeah.
I remember. I
Rob
remember
Pifo.
putting that together. That was emotionally straining.
Yeah.
But it was. We were thankful Matt was still with us.
Yeah.
To be with us, because
Yeah,
often
man.
that's not the case. Yeah. Special guy who also touched each and
Yeah,
every one of our lives.
Absolutely, yeah.
Miss him a lot, man.
Yeah, he had a lot of effect musically on everyone. Not so much on Jimmy, but other than that,
Oh, man.
I know y'all loved him. And Nate, Winn, we cross paths quite often.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing with these guys?
So it's funny. I met James first because we were in Lab 1 together, right? And so, but it wasn't James. It was actually Alex Graham who he was putting his combo together because we were doing combos, and in his combo, he wanted me to play drums, and he got Scott on piano. Scott was a graduate student then.
Oh, that's right.
Right? So meeting Jimmy, we just met like doing a gig or a jam session or something like that. We weren't even in school just yet. So really just a connection with all these guys. It's amazing that we all came from Wayne State with how we met, because the only ones I met in school was just James and Scott. You know what I mean? So, but when it came to putting this group together, Jimmy called me and said, "Hey man, me and James want to put a quintet together. We want to record a record. Would you be interested in doing it?" I was like, "Let's make it happen." So that was 2013.
That's beautiful, man.
And here we are to this day, man, still together.
So he didn't call you and say, "Yeah, we're putting this great band together. We need a drummer and Sean and Dave Taylor." They're not available."
He knew what time it was. Hey,
Going down
yeah, he knew what time it was. No, I mean, obviously Dave Taylor, my teacher, who I love, crediting him to this day with a lot of things that I've done and my ability to progress.
cool.
Dave is definitely influential in that.
Yeah.
So is Sean, big brother as
Yeah.
well. So nothing but love for those guys, man.
That's beautiful. Yeah, well, but at the same time, it's really nice. I've always been a proponent of this. When you're younger, I think it's imperative to play with older cats.
Yeah.
Because you learn from them.
Absolutely.
You've got to try to find a way to get to their sessions or their gigs, or just
Yep.
go watch them play. How do they communicate? The tunes, what the tunes are, and the right changes, and all that great stuff.
Just get thrown to the fire, man.
Yeah, that's the only way to
Yeah.
do it. But as you progress with your own generation, to be playing with
Yeah.
people that you're close to, that you like, that have similar perspectives, can be a real joy, because you can get to a level because the personal communication and connection is so tight,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And you all play off that, and of course the music is all about that. I've always found that a trademark of the Detroit scene is that feeling of really trying to create not just an individual sound, but an ensemble sound that has a stamp to it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we live in a town where it's affordable to live here.
Yeah.
We have space. unlike some other cities, and we could actually have a band like this. It's been together for 10, 15, 20 years that rehearses every day. And I always harken back to the great sides, Ken Cox and Danny Spencer and Ron Brooks, those guys. It was because they practically lived together. And they just nurtured this thing that still today, you listen to it, it sounds like it was recorded yesterday. That to me is the Detroit vibe. And it makes it real special where you go to New York and other cities, and one of the problems is just finding space, but also trying to get cats together to explore, rehearse, develop. It's really hard to do. So we're really fortunate here. Well, listen, I appreciate you being here. I know everybody enjoyed it. You have one more tune in you?
I think so, right?
We got another one?
I think
let's do it.
after 20 years, if you don't have another one, we got a real problem. Well, we're gonna wrap it up with one last tune here on Jazz from the Cellar. We want to thank our friends at WDET 101.9 FM simulcasting the performance tonight live here in Jazz from the Cellar. The Hughes Smith Quintet and all these beautiful cats making beautiful music for you. So we're gonna get back to it right now and close it out with a final tune. Guys, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Oh,
Yep, right on
music
time.
means
There it is.
it's time to move on. Here's our last tune for the night. We hope you dig it. Let's go to the bandstand.
All right. Our next one is a tune that I wrote. If in jazz there can be a hit, this is our hit. And I wrote this one for my good friend Nate Winn back there on the drums. This is entitled East Detroit. And Nate grew up in East Detroit. And a person from East Detroit has a certain kind of vibe. Nate, he's a real hip cat. He likes music, knows about art, but he also knows about WWE wrestling. So there's that. This is East Detroit.
Sounded beautiful. Well, here we are, Jazz from the Cellar, wrapping it up for another night, the third Friday of each month. Please join us for Jazz from the Cellar at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every Friday, we have Jazz After Hours, featuring different artists from around the community joining our house band. On After Hours, you never know who's going to show up. It's a lot of fun. As we build towards the anticipation of the 44th Annual Detroit Jazz Festival, September 1 through 4 this year, we want to see everybody down there. It's going to be something pretty special. Go to DetroitJazzFest.org, DetroitJazzFest.org, to see the whole lineup and everything that's happening there. All right, so for now, very special thanks to the I want to say James and James, but it should be,
Legally.
might be hipper actually, but anyway. The Hughes Smith Quintet, these wonderful musicians from the Detroit community. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
And from all of us, stay jazzy. See you next time. Ciao.
Throughout tonight's show and throughout the year, we hope you will choose to support the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation by using our new Text to Give platform. Just text DJFF to 243-725. You can give a one-time gift or a monthly gift throughout the year.